point out. I'm very curious to see what stage they're going to. Chrom, of course, does really want that Town and City at some point, but we're going to Smashville for game 1. This seems to be an even playing ground, and let's see how they're gonna play this round out already. Light starting with that neutral air train, getting 3 in a row. Oh, but now it's like both players have that extremely early potential for a big combo. Especially with the Chrom grab, the forward airs and the up airs from Chrom are very combo, are good for combos. Ooh, almost gets it there.
Yeah, both characters definitely some of the most terrifying B&B combos in the entire game. We can see some behind the shields coming out. Light not quite sure on what side of him Mr.R would be landing. He's got Light at the ledge. Great get-up attack to get back, using that invincible dash attack to bust through those aerials that normally easily keep out any character that tries to dash attack Chrom, but not with Palutena. There's a big down tilt. Palutena apparently a little bit too floaty to be forced into attack there with the proper DI. That's good news for Light. And Mr.R, I bet he wanted a back air right there at the ledge. Didn't quite get it. Would have been the stock, but instead it's going to be Light who catches him with the explosive flame. Excellent stuff for the stock lead in game 1 here on Smashville. Oh, there is the Nair we all fear, instantly leading into a combo for 44%. Light is looking very solid, and just as I say it, Chrom gets one of his classic jab back airs.
Chrom decides to go. Chrom fully committing to that jab back air, and now he is in a bit of a percentage disadvantage. Ooh, gets caught at last hit of the explosive flamer. That's dangerous. Landing on Palutena is often a very bad idea, but he seems to get away with it.
Yeah, Mr.R has been making a lot of use of that directional air dodge just now to land on the platform. He has been using it multiple times to recover towards the ledge, and Light has been going for a punish on it every time. Of course, it's very hard to time your aerial correctly so it actually hits the air dodge to the ledge, but he is fully aware of what Mr.R is doing right there. I think Mr.R is in a lot of trouble, not just because of that big back throw from Light just now, but instantly he gets put in a washing machine. 3 nairs. He tries to go for a 4th on the normal getup, but Mr.R is finally making it back on stage, fighting his way in there, but he has a long way to go if he wants to get the win here in game 1.
He does have that kind of wild card in Chrom forward smash, that incredibly big, strong forward smash, which can actually lead out of some, or it can actually get a decent setup out of the jab at mid%. Of course, he needs to have an opportunity to get jab. Oh, Light going very low, too low actually, and does not get back with
He wanted that deep edge guard so bad. Didn't quite get it. It definitely gives Mr.R a bit more of a chance to get back into this game. But if Light just plays as he has been for most of game 1, he should be more than fine. But Mr.R, he got a bit of an advantage in, but just missing the punish on the get-up options on the platform. That's unfortunate. And there is the counter on the soaring slash. Another one for good measure, even though it doesn't even connect. Chrom way too low, and it looked like a very dominant game for Light. Only reason that it was so close in the end, in terms of stock count, I guess, is that Light went for such a deep, unnecessary edge guard at the end of his second stock. So, I think Mr.R has reason to consider pulling out one of his other characters, don't you think?
Yeah, it's like, if I look at how much Mr.R was able to move freely around the stage, or move freely about in the air, it wasn't really that much. He was almost always being pressured by Light just being there or being afraid of it, because Chrom, of course, does really want those get-in options, like down tilt, for example. Forward tilt is a good option to just keep away or hit Palutena, keep her at the ledge, and that's mostly where Mr.R is shining. But if Light just keeps the control over the stage, then it's hard to get back at her, especially with those dangerous situations with the counter and the explosive flame at the ledge. It's difficult to get back to as Chrom, so I'm really sure we're going to see some other characters. Yeah, there it is. There's Snake.
I don't know if you remember the Snake, but I already forgot the Snake. The bag of characters is just so big.
Yeah, I remember the Snake. I believe he used it in a lot on the stream. So maybe it is warmed. It is warmed up. I can't exactly remember where he falls with the snake playstyles. Like we have a lot of different snakes in Europe with a lot of different playstyles, and I don't know if Mr.R in which side of the spectrum he falls to. There are solid snakes who really like that close quarter game, like VJ for example. But maybe it seems like for now that Mr.R is more of the patient kind of spacing game vibe. Ooh! Almost gets hit by the forward smash, but just being too late with that timing. Light not pulling the trigger in time is going to cost him dearly.
And now he's back at the ledge. It already looks like this snake was the right play for Mr.R. Look at that 133. Not just 143, a whole stock to 3 stocks and 46%. And he instantly builds up enormous damage with a big combo. We had the grenades, we had the neutral airs, it's got everything. And he is just keeping it going, putting Light back at the ledge. How is he gonna get there? He's not gonna get there. The jab catches the normal getup, and then the mortar comes back down for big damage. I am loving what I'm seeing from Mr.R right now.
Another thing with Snake is you said that Palutena kind of struggles with hitting low-profile characters. Ooh, gets him by the up tilt there. But Mr.R, of course, Snake is a character that low profiles a lot in his dash attack. Does have one of the best crouches in the game to dodge other moves. Maybe that's going to be a bit difficult for Light to do it. But for now, it seems like Mr.R just gets one hit in and gets so much lineage out of that. Is going to get back front of the stage. But still, he is 3 or 2 stocks ahead from Light.
Right, that's been the story of this game too. Every time Mr.R gets into advantage, he just gets so much out of it. You know, we saw him get 44%, even though he was the one getting off the ledge. That's how much he is making out of every single opening he is getting. Light is finally finding his footing, catching the normal getup with the explosive flame, and there's the watching machine. 3 nairs. Can we get a 4th? No, the 4th is going to be a kick and a spike. Light, what a play, what a combo. Bring himself all the way back from a 2-stock deficit.
What a 0 to death. Fantastic play there from Light, and this is potentially enormous. This could cost Mr.R the game because he has to regain all that control back. Light now currently in the momentum is not afraid to push that, almost going off stage again, push that. And now Mr.R gets one neutral air in, couple dash attacks, so it seems like he is going back, but it's still difficult to see what Light is good, or it's still difficult to play against what Light's currently doing right now.
The dynamic of this game too here is just completely different from how it started. It was such a dominant game by Mr.R, and now he's on the back foot at the ledge once again. It's going to be back throw. Is it enough? Oh, he pummels so long that Mr.R actually had the time to mesh out. I don't know if it was necessary. Of course, Snake is a very heavy character, so I understand it, but I just wanted to see if the back throw could have done it.
Yeah, now we need to watch out because Light has been jumping a lot, and of course Snake with an up tilt being very good at catching unsafe or jump-ins.
Yeah, but there we see the forward tilt instead of the up tilt. I think that's a missed opportunity for Mr.R. I think the up tilt might have done it, especially in Pokemon Stadium 2 with, of course, that famously low ceiling. They are all just getting weak late hits of stuff that might kill. Oh, yeah, there's gonna be down throw, up tilt. No, he doesn't even go into the up tilt. He jumps over the get-up attack. Wow, I don't even know if that was necessary at that high a percentage, but it looked cool, so.
It's usually used to just dodge the get-up attack instead of shooting it. Gives you a lot more time to just time the up tilt correctly, and that was a insane read from Mr.R there, catching
right,
Light.
But after such a strong start, Mr.R definitely got away with murder. The way that Light re-grabbed the momentum with that one amazing combo to edgeguard read. Just beautiful stuff from Light. And I think Mr.R is definitely not switching off Snake because the game more than proved that the Snake has what it takes to take the set.
Yeah.
But if Light can start out Game 3 with the kind of momentum that he showed deep into Game 2, then Mr.R, he's in for a lot of trouble.
He is for a lot of trouble. You saw that at the beginning of the match, Light really struggled with Snake stuff, I'll just call it. But in the end, he was playing more around the grenades. I would see he get hit a lot less by the explosion of those grenades and was a lot more careful in it, and just punish Snake on the places where he is most vulnerable when he doesn't have a grenade on the stage and is at mid-range. He needs a bit of time to get in. We're going to game 3. Let's see if Light is going to come further in that Snake adaptation, and maybe Mr.R is going to be able to, or Mr.R is just able to take game number 3 and make it 2-1. We're gonna see it.
3, 2, 1, go!
Carlos Pokemon League is gonna be the stage. Not sure how I feel about it.
Nah.
It's, I feel like it's fine for both characters. So it's probably just gonna come down to, as it really always does, to who can grab that momentum. Because my god, these games have just been absolutely ruled by long stretches of momentum for either player.
I think the biggest thing with this stage is that you saw when Mr.R is, or when Light is at the ledge, Mr.R usually edge guard or ledge traps with that up smash, and that's not possible on Carlos due to that platform being there. So he can catch the jump, but it's not as easy to just catch people on the ledge who are just hanging there. That might hurt his ledge trapping game a bit. But in order to do that, Light needs to be off stage first, and that's not kind of happening.
No, definitely not. And we can see Mr.R playing a lot more reserved than we saw in game 2, using a lot of grenades, using a lot of Z-drop grenades to close off certain avenues on stage. Having a patient neutral, not going in too hard with any aerials, just a lot of shield, a lot of distance, a lot of grenades, and it works out as Light probably just lost track of that there was the C4 still on that right platform.
Yeah, that's also a difficult thing to do sometimes if you're not used to it. Yeah. Oh my god! Okay,
that neutral
Mr.R.
area is such a disgusting move when you get all hits.
It is. It does like 25% or something. Now the thing I was about to say, like, if you're not like used to having track of the C4, it's kind of difficult to know where to play around and not get hit by it, because if you're not expecting it and greedily use an aerial, that C4 can lead to some devastating follow-ups or even a stock. So Light really has to keep track of it. Now, right now, it's in the middle of the stage, so it's not as big of a threat as usual. Most of the time, he is going to land it on those platforms to just increase that pressure on the ledge right there. And a high upper from Light is going to take the second stock for Mr.R. Now at his last stock. Light looking a bit better, but usually it's mostly due to him catching Snake's poor landings.
Right, of course, that big Palutena up air is one of the better moves for catching, be reversing characters like that. Great read on the back roll for Mr.R after the down throw. This game has been so much more back and forth, so much more even than game 2 and game 1 even. There really hasn't been huge bouts of explosive momentum like we saw before. Of course, there has been more than a little, and you might even say that Light has a little bit of momentum right now as he built Mr.R up all the way to 93%, 112. He is definitely in those kind of percents where another one of those up air juggles could take the stock.
Oh yeah, again with that C4 does not kind of notice it or does not keep track of it that well, and it gets hit by it, loses all of that momentum he had.
Yeah.
Because Mr.R is now just building a wall between him and Light is going to go for another down throw read, but does not get it. Light getting with the gap attack. Mr.R not expecting it this time, and 2 up smashes in a row. Of course, why not? The shield, you eventually have to lose your shield button.
Oh, and yet another grenade. Everywhere Light is trying to land, there is a grenade or a C4 preventing that, and a read on the roll away from Mr.R is gonna close it out. Last hit in game number 3. Ooh, Light's gotta feel that one, you know?
Yeah.
Especially because roll away really wasn't an option he had picked before, but Mr.R, you know, he just gambled on it, he read it, and he got it.
I think like this is one thing. I think BJ told me this, or no, it was Grove told me this. That one thing a lot of people do when in that down throw is immediately act. And if you immediately act, that means that there is a certain that's like there's like a couple of options you have. Meanwhile, if you wait, that creates another dimension to the options. Light right now has almost instantly pushed a button or flicked his stick when he got down thrown. But if you just wait a bit, like, okay, let's for example take that last bit. If Light just laid on the ground for a bit and Snake would have just thought that he would have rolled, he can just miss the up tilt and then get up attack and get back into a neutral position. But if you act instantly all the time, there's going to be some bad options there, even if you haven't picked them. There's so much you can choose from.
Right, because we've seen the back roll, we've seen the get up attack, and we've seen the forward roll. The only things we haven't seen is a timing mix-up, like you just said, and the normal get up. Those are the two we haven't seen, and at some point it's got to be at least just a little bit of luck with guessing what your opponent is going to do, because Light has been choosing a different option every time, and even if it's the first time he's used that option, it has gotten read by Mr.R. So maybe a waiting mix-up like that could save him from those so destructive up tilts.
Yeah, we're going back to panels, though. It seems like, oh god, not again, the C4!
Yes, again, unfortunately for Light, Mr.R only got the final hit of the Nair, but my god, is he taking a beating right now. Mr.R even unleashing his inner BJ, trying to go for a forward air. You had the grenade, we had the C4, and we had the Nikita, all special move explosions in one kill combo for Mr.R.
Now I really notice it. Like, I don't think Light has that much snake experience. If I see what Light is falling for constantly, I would not presume he has played any high-level snakes, because a lot of this stuff, like the grenade after a throw, the C4 on certain setups, it's like you just keep falling for it.
I mean, on the one hand,
like that. Like, why you pummel, dude?
Yeah, the pummeling is a bit of an odd mistake. Great tech for Mr.R there, by the way, saving his stock from what otherwise would have been a spike and certain doom. But I just can't imagine. There's the timing mix-up you wanted, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes, there it is. There it is. But I just can't imagine that Light would have little snake experience, because every top player has at least some sort of snake experience. I think this might mostly be down to that a lot of snakes just play so very differently from one another. Even just in the Netherlands, compare this play from Mr.R right here to the way BJ plays snake, and it is just like a totally different scenario. So maybe he is just used to a very different kind of snake style. Either way, Mr.R is absolutely running away with it, despite Light getting it correctly on the down throws here in game 4.
And now he needs to watch out, because I've seen Light use a lot of neutral get up from that down throw. It hasn't been punished so far, but that of course can change. Mr.R is not the dumbest man in the world. He knows what he's doing, and that back air into a grenade explosion is gonna be it for Mr.R's first stock. But still, being at up tilt percentage in your last stock against a snake with 2 is dangerous. Of course, Light now adding to the pressure, getting a lot of dash attacks and back airs into the mix.
Yeah, but this almost looks like a done deal. Of course, anything can happen, as we saw with Light in game 2, where he got that crazy combo and spike. But he needs to do it like twice at this point if he still wants to have a chance of taking this set. He is going for a great juggle right now. He gets it, and we are both at final stock.
Yeah,
so that means we need a combo like this. We need it, and here it is. We got 3 neutral airs, a forward air, and a forward smash. However, it's still just 80%.
It's the magic 160%. It has to take. That means that one throw is going to be the end for Light. Down throw into up tilt is going to be a true combo for now, but that spike is not going to be teched.
He misses the tech on the last crucial stock. Light with the crazy comeback. Just what he failed to close out in game 2, he does here in game 4. That is actually amazing.
Man.
Wow. I mean, he was at the point where even grenade explosions were coming close to being lethal for him. He had somehow, some way, he just stepped on the gas and he just got combo after combo. He used, I think, more nairs in the last 30 seconds of that game than in the rest. It was actually crazy. Most people, you know, they get nervous, they get anxious, they get cowardly, they run away. Usually kind of a smart option when they are at their final stock at such a high percent. But Light, for some reason, he hit that 160% mark and he just stepped on the gas and just went. He just went.
Yeah, now imagine how that game would have gone if Light didn't pummel while there was a grenade in Snake's hand like 3 times. Like, imagine how it would have went.
It's like that butterfly effect, you know?
Yeah.
Like you would have done better stock 2, but you also don't get the crazy comeback on stock 3.
Yeah. Would you win more convincingly or would it be more hype? That's the question.
Either way, we are in game 5. It couldn't be closer right now. And well,
it's gonna be Carlos again. Yeah,
Carlos again. Carlos again. And fair enough, because it has been so back and forth here.
Yeah, it's gonna be really back and forth now. Let's see what Mr.R's plan is going to be. It seems like some options are just really, or still really vulnerable against Light. For example, like having a grenade in your hands, Light does get caught by a lot of those. And they might not do much at that time, but grenades do add up. It's around 10% each time you get hit by them. And that can lead up to a lot. Like, oh, now that's a grenade into upper. That is going to be more damage than you would expect. That upper. The snake aerials do so much damage, dude.
They do so much damage, but I really like how Light has been channeling the aggressiveness he used to clutch out the previous game right from the start here. And it has been doing wonders. And I think Mr.R has to start being really careful with those air dodges to ledges, because those combos to spikes with Light has always been a couple of nairs, sending him horizontally with a forward air and then spiking the air dodge to ledge. And you don't want to see that happen in game 5 if you're Mr.R. That's going to be a tomahawk, but the grenade saving Mr.R from the back throw that would have closed it out without a doubt. However, he just cannot get down. Light taking a quick lead here in game 5 with a dash attack.
I really like how Light has been using these explosive flames this game. He's really more using them as an option coverage instead of direct follow-ups. For example, he down threw and then immediately explosive flamed the platform, so Snake had to jump and then he could catch him off guard there. Of course, Light again getting hit by that C4. C4 still being one of the most dangerous tools actually in this matchup.
Oh yeah, Mr.R has gotten so many stocks by popping that C4 that Light probably just lost track of, forgot that it was there. Thought he maybe just wasn't going to use it anymore, because one of the signature things here with Mr.R is that he leaves the C4 out for a very, very, very long time to get a surprise kill.
Yeah.
He doesn't use it a lot as a threat when landing. No, he is really going for those C4s that stay out for a long time and try to get players off guard. It's been working versus Light. This whole second stock here has been working versus Light. He lost the first one, but only took 30 as he built up Light all the way to a quick 158%, well into kill percent. Mr.R looking for the grab right there. Of course, he wants another one of those down throws and up tilts. And at 170%, it is gonna be a true combo for sure. Late hit on the back air. Not gonna do it, but then Nikita circles back around. That has been the second time that Light air dodged, teleported, recovered high to a platform, only for the Nikita to just turn around and still have plenty of time to hit him. It started off so well for Light, and now he's just taking big aerial after big aerial from Mr.R, hugely damaging neutral airs and down airs. Mr.R is back in control 100%. Of course, he has been in control completely before, and we all know how that ended in the previous game. So Light, of course, is that kind of player that always has a chance.
Oh yeah.
Not this time, yet another 2-4 to close out the set, and it's gonna be a 3-2 in favor of Mr.R. And Light, man, he's. That's a bit of a sour note to end on for him, especially after he got a couple of amazing comebacks in that particular set, but it just didn't happen for him when he needed it most there in game 5.
The thing I was really worried about, and that actually just happened at that point, is that as soon as Mr.R is over, as soon as Light's off stage, the first thing Mr.R does is double jump C4.